Hello and welcome. My name is Stephanie Dawn. I'm the chair of the Million Mom Movement Council. I have several of my council members here tonight, and we are so grateful that you have joined us tonight for our very first inaugural Million Mom Movement Business Power Hour. So what we were hearing back from the field is that we needed more support for Million Mom Movement scholarship recipients and the field in general that loves the movement and that wants to lead with the movement in your business prospecting. So that is what this hour is completely dedicated towards, and I'm really excited that you're here tonight. So first and foremost, I just want to say my favorite hashtag is "We are the Million Mom Movement." Okay, it's not me, it's not Amy, it's not the council, it's all of us. We in Purium are the Million Mom Movement. So I just want to invite you to take ownership of that tonight and know that you are a vital and very important part of the Million Mom Movement. So thank you for being here. Thank you for really taking this movement and adopting it and making it your own and owning it. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about me and my business journey with Purium, and then we'll get into the content. So first and foremost, I'm a mom of 2 teenage boys, and they are my everything. You know, they are my everything. They are 13 and 16 respectively, and they are my why, you know. So in the past 10 plus years, I have been working as, well, in the last 2 decades, I've been a spiritual counselor. More recently, in the last decade, I have been a business coach to women entrepreneurs, long before I ever found Purium. And then I found Purium 4 years ago and rapidly ascended through the ranks. I'm a green diamond, and I'm on the cusp of blue. It looks like it's happening this month. So I'll ask you all to hold a good thought for that. And what does that mean? It means that we're helping more people create health and wealth in their lives. That's what our ranks mean. So I just want to tell you a little bit about how it is that I started my sharing, because I didn't start off wanting to do the business. I started off as someone who desperately needed a health reset. I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now. I was 10 years postpartum, and I did not know what to do. Didn't know if I needed a naturopath or a nutritionist or what. And a client of mine, a business coaching client, reached out to me with the 10-day transformation, and I said yes. And so about 6 months later, I did the transformation again. And at that point, all of our packs had gift codes in them. And so I was like, I'm a lot better off on these products than off. So I'm going to start sharing. So I had our gift cards, and I just started sharing, and just very casually on Facebook, little by little started ranking up through consultant, director, didn't even know what those ranks meant. And then it wasn't until that summer's convention that I really made the decision to go for it. And that's when everything started escalating, because I was like, what's possible if I really put my attention and energy towards really doing Purium as a business? So I did it part-time for 3 years, and now it's all that I do. So, and I'm very happy, I'm very proud to represent Purium in that way. It's my love, it's my joy to do this work. So we at the Million Mom Movement, what's our mission? We are 1,000 women, men, moms, dads, caregivers in over 100 communities who have dedicated our lives to reaching out to 10 families to help them turn their pantries clean, green, organic, non-GMO, and to support them in becoming a brand partner if it's in alignment for them to do so. All right. We've really pivoted over the last couple of years. We're very business focused, and with good reason. We need to get to more people faster. So that's my commitment as your chair, and that's the commitment of the council, and Amy's commitment, Dave's commitment, and all of our crowns. So that's our work here. So we're going to talk about how to do that tonight. So you hear the term economic empowerment used a lot by Dave, by Amy, by the Million Mom Movement. And so I wanted to get a little bit more deeper into what does that mean. And for those of you who have some ideas yourself, I want to invite you to write it in the chat box. What does economic empowerment mean to you, okay? In regards to your Purium business and beyond, all right? And then I came up with a meaning that I want to share with you. So what it means to me is that we are sovereign in our ability to financially care for ourselves and our families. Sovereign in our ability to financially care for ourselves and our families. Feels good, right? Maybe we can retire our mates. Maybe we can retire our partners. That we have what we need, we have the money in the bank to pay for it, and all needs are met, all right? So one of the most important things that you hear repeated over and over again in Purium is knowing what your why is, all right? Knowing why you're doing this. Because if you don't know your why, you're not gonna be as enthusiastic or committed to sitting down and doing the work that needs to be done in terms of prospecting, finding brand partners, etc. So understanding what is your why, what is the importance of Purium in your life, knowing that, all right? And if you don't know that, you want to work with your upline, your sponsor, could be a side team member as well. Maybe you have an accountability partner in your team. You want to get with that person and you want to process that. You want to talk that through. Why am I doing this? What does it mean to me? All right. Ideally, you're doing this with your upline, but if not, you can do it with side team members to help, pull that out of you. All right. The other thing that I think is really important in terms of rocking a Purium business is, where are you going with your Purium business? What's your vision? So I came on a convention 4 years ago and everyone was talking about going on a diamond run. And, and I didn't know what that was. I had no idea what it meant, but I knew that there was a trip to hang out with Dave and Amy in Long Beach. And I wanted that Diamond Club experience. So I decided I'm gonna run for Diamond, and I had no idea what that meant. Not a clue. I had no brand partners. I had a few customers, and I just was like, I'm going on that Diamond run. And I made the commitment without even knowing what it meant. So consequently, over the next 3 months, I found my first brand partner. I started having healthy happy hours in my home, 2 per week. And within 3 months, I ranked Diamond. So keep in mind, I was already at the director level when I made the commitment to run. And I found my first brand partner. And so she kept inviting all of her people to my home, all of her mom friends. And I kept inviting all my mom friends. And we kept having these wonderful gatherings. Kids were running around. I mean, we were just like, it was crazy, but it was fun. We were having fun and we were helping people understand the connection between how they're feeling, helping moms really make the connection between how they're feeling and what they're eating, which is what Purium did for me. It really helped me to do that. It was this sacred container to really help me prioritize nutrition in my life and eat way more fruits and vegetables. So knowing where you're headed, where are you going? At first for me, it was just Diamond. I'm going Diamond, right? And then after I ranked Diamond, I'm like, how hard can Green Diamond be? And then 6 months later, I ranked Green Diamond. And then I've been running for Blue Diamond for 3 years. So there's been a few things going on during the last 3 years, which I won't get into, but there's been some ups and downs in my personal life, and it's all fine. Life just happens and we roll with it. And the beauty of having a network marketing business is that we show up when we can, and we if life takes us out for a bit, it takes us out, and then we come back when we have the time. We do what we can when we can, right? So I think it was the summer that I ranked Green Diamond, where I knew in that moment that I was running for Crown. And I wasn't attached to when I would get there. I just knew that that was my destination. I'm like, forget about Blue Diamond. I'm going Crown. That's what I'm doing. So I started studying the compensation plan, which I recommend all of you do. It's in your Purium app on your phone. And understand what the ranks mean in terms of points and in terms of structure. Really, really important. That's some homework for you all to do. So that's where I'm going. That's my destination. And I'm sharing that with you because I want you to be thinking, what's my destination? Maybe you just enrolled. Maybe your destination is consultant, 1,000 points this month. Maybe your destination is director or executive. It doesn't matter. It's all good. All right. It's all good. What does ranking up mean? It just means that we are helping more people. We're helping more people. That's what it means. So, and in service to that, well, this is our team culture. So I'm going to share our team culture with you, and hopefully you'll adopt it because I think it's important. So at the start of every month, on the first of the month, our team fills out the action planning worksheet. The action planning worksheet is in iLearn, which is in your back office, backoffice.mypurium.com. And you're going to find it in the Getting Started module, which is the very first module in iLearn. And if you're not familiar with iLearn, I cannot underscore how important it is for you to get super duper familiar with iLearn. That space is packed with resources for you, okay? So the action plan worksheet, we print that out and we fill it in every month. And I'm just going to grab mine right here to show you. This is what it looks like. Okay. All right, we talk about our goal, our points goals, our rank goals, our why, very long involved why there that I wrote out. My list, 20 brand partners, 10 customers. So this is a small list for me. My list is actually in the multiple thousands. And if you intend to go crown, I want to just drop that here into the field right now. You need a really big list, all right? As my mentor, Tracy Fujikane, says, your money is in your list, okay? So what Tracy always says is, who do you know? Who do you know? So you want to just be with that question and then start writing down names. Write your names down. Can't emphasize that enough. So we have tracking guides in our team. And if you don't have a tracking guide in your team, you definitely want to do that so that you can know who you've addressed a conversation with and where you're at in terms of that conversation and when you agree to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. That's how I ranked green 3 years ago. I followed up with a whole bunch of people that I've been planting seeds with for the past year or so. And then the commitment for the month is, you know, what you're going to be ordering in your smart order. And if you all don't have a smart order, you definitely want to have a smart order. That's crucial. That's how we know that you're serious and that you're running in your back office. And we want all of your customers to have smart orders and all of your brand partners to have smart orders as well. Really, really, really important. That's where the residual income comes in. All right. And in order to get bonuses, our fast start bonuses, you need to have a smart order. So I've got my file, it's blocking my chat here, but is everyone cool? Are people chatting? Is anyone asking questions? I'm going to stop for a moment, take a breath, take some water. And if anyone has any questions that you would like some support around based on anything that I've shared, I'd love to hear it. Everybody good? Okay, cool. All right, sweet. I see Jody's doing some coaching in there. Yay, Jody, thank you. You want to know what your campaign is that you're running with for that month, okay? So what is your campaign? It's so great to see all your faces. Thank you so much for showing me your faces. I love that. So what does that mean, campaign? Well, if you're leading with the Million Mom Movement, we are talking all about glyphosate all the time, particularly on Fridays at Fierce Fridays. And if you haven't attended Fierce Fridays, I want to invite you to join because that's where the mama bears and the papa bears come out. That's where our claws come out. We are, in a gentle way, writing to General Mills and asking them to go glyphosate free. And we're doing that via email, via social media, and snail mail. So I want to invite you to come and invite your prospects to come. That is the prospecting Zoom on Friday. And educate yourself about glyphosate. I want to just highlight that if you haven't read this book, which is one of the books that Dave Sandoval has written, The Toxin That Came to Dinner, you want to not only order this book, but order a few of these books and give them away to your friends. Ask for them to, lend them, and ask for them to come back. And this is an incredibly illuminating book that is a little bit jaw-dropping in terms of its scope. I just want to highlight something for you here. So a couple years ago, Dave Sandoval invited Jeffrey Smith. Dave and Amy invited Jeffrey Smith, who is the consumer advocate, has this consumer advocate organization. I'm spacing on the name of his organization. If someone knows it and you could write it in the chat box. He came and talked to our convention, and he shared all of these incredible slides with us. And it was one slide after another that showed the bell curve of disease in America corresponding with glyphosate use in the United States. And I'll be honest with you all, I was so overwhelmed by what I was seeing on the screen. And my whole team's there, the ballroom was full of people. We're all listening to this and taking it in. And I was just like, I went to the back of the ballroom and I burst into tears. I was so upset that this was being allowed in our country, that we are using toxins to this degree, that, hypertension, deaths due to stroke, diabetes, obesity, the list goes on and on. Age-adjusted end-stage renal disease deaths, intestinal infection, autism, Alzheimer's, senile dementia, all corresponds with glyphosate use in our country in the last 40 years. So, I had a good cry, and it fueled my Purium business, right? Years ago, when I first started my activism, I've been a long-time environmental activist, social justice activist. You would hear in the activist world, don't get angry, get organized. So this is what Purium does for me. It merges my activism, the mission of the Million Mom Movement with my prosperity. That's what it does for me. And I hope that's what it's doing for all you as well. Getting you, if you weren't an activist before, I hope you'll become an activist. And I think, if you're in the movement, we have a lot of work to do. So much work to do. Okay. So I want to talk about sharing versus selling, because you hear that a lot when people first come on board, or even if they're thinking about your prospects. Oh, I'm not a salesperson. I can't sell. And I'm like, I hear that a lot. And here's what I want to say to you. When you're first starting out, I don't even want you to think about the term selling. I don't want you to think about yourself as a salesperson. Here's how we share in our team culture, okay? We do things a little bit differently than other network marketing companies, I believe. We get curious. We ask questions. Really important. We ask questions. How's your health? How are you doing at this time of COVID-19? What is your awareness around, do you cleanse? Are you aware of superfoods and the importance of superfoods in your family's life? Just getting curious, just asking questions, right? Seeing if there's rapport, seeing if you can have a back and forth with people. I do this on Messenger all the time. Hey, how are you? Do you have everything you need? Is everything going okay with your health? Do you need anything with your, to support your immune system? If you do, I'd love to connect. I'd love to talk. You want to have a Messenger chat? I do Messenger video chats all the time with my my friends on Facebook. I use Facebook a lot. So we ask questions, we share stories, hugely important. Share my story, my story. I lost 50 pounds. So grateful to Purium for that. And now I'm healing breast cancer naturally with Purium and many other supplements and protocols, but that's what I'm doing. So that's my story. You can share my story. I'm alive, I have all my hair, and I'm doing well. You'll hear me go a bit deeper into my story on Fierce Fridays about Zephyr, but I helped my son heal his gut from poisoning from Cheerios. Cheerios has the highest parts per billion of product cessed in 2016. And Zephyr was really sick for most of his young life because I unknowingly was poisoning my kid, feeding him Cheerios. And so I took the Cheerios out of his diet, and then he got sick again on non-organic wheat bagels from Trader Joe's. And at that point we had Biomedic. I gave him the Biomedic, and after a week he was well. So we have, and he takes Biomedic to this day, okay? And Epigenius Kids. So we have so many stories. And if you don't have a, you know, in our team, we have a group on Facebook that has all the stories and all the product information. I hope you have that for your team. And if you don't, you can always make your own group. So we talk about, we inspire health and transformation. We are now branded as the transformation company. Really important. This isn't just about one cleanse, right? Or one ultimate lifestyle transformation, or one 10-day transformation, or buying the daily core 4 once. This is about ongoing, like as Tracy always says, well, they're like, people will ask, well, do I need to do this monthly? And she's like, do you brush your teeth every day? So we are fostering the Purium lifestyle. Why? Because I don't know about you, but I just have some, I happen to have it here. I want this stuff in my body every day. Every day. I want superfoods. I want the fuel needed for me to be the super mom, the super power, you know, the superhuman person that I'm being called to be in this day and age, which we're all being called to be, to handle what's going on in our current world, which is a lot. So we don't sell, we offer recommendations, and then the products sell themselves because they're so phenomenal. And then we don't heal, treat, or cure. Really important. We cannot say that. We cannot say that Purium products heal, treat, or cure, all right? They transform, they mitigate, they manage, okay? We can use those terms. So part of what's important to know about the sales process, because we are in a sales process with Purium. Don't get me wrong. We are the sales army of Purium, okay? I'm loath to use the term sales force, but that is what we are. You know, that is what we are. I prefer to see us as we embody the light and the results and the transformations of taking in these products, and we share that. We share our stories, and we share what's possible for other people should they try them. Can't make any guarantees, but we've helped a lot of people, So when we share our stories, when we tell stories that speak to the small, medium, and very big health problems, and you know, we offer the solutions based on what worked for others, that is what sells. That is what sells, okay? So I've heard people say, oh, I don't like being pushy. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't even want you to use that word, because that's just not anything in relationship to what we do with Purium at all. If you're feeling like you're pushing, you need to check your own frequency, check your own vibration, your own, you know, mindset around working Purium, okay? So let's talk for a moment about the entrepreneurial. Well, actually, I'm going to stop for a moment because the whole sales piece is so big. I want to hear from you all. I want to hear a little bit of feedback around, you know, maybe you're prospecting someone right now and you're having trouble with the language to get it maybe off of Messenger and onto a phone call. So I'd love to hear from some of you around how you're doing with that. And if I can coach any of you through that, I'd love to do that. And you can just come off mute if you'd like to ask any questions.
Aloha.
Aloha. Hi, Kat.
Hi. It's so great to be here. It's I'm so inspired. Pulled my book off the shelf.
Sweet. Love it.
This is exactly the conversation that I was just having with Willow earlier today, because I am so enthusiastic. And I just was going through a whole series of messages that I've had with someone that I've been working with for a long time. And I could see my patterns of like, she's super red, and her answers were super direct and to the point. She's super busy. And then I would be like, la, 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 you know, and then they have this, and there's this, and oh, you're going to love this. So that's been going on for a long time. And I'm really, really, really wanting to focus on changing that pattern, and so that I'm saying just enough for people to be wanting to lean in, and then getting them to a connect call. So that's been my little bit of my Achilles heel, is getting to the connect call. I feel like I talk to way more people, like 100 people for every 2 people that I'm getting to a connect call. So I really want to switch that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I'd like to support you on increasing that conversion rate, because we want to help you out with that ratio there. So our job is to get people off Messenger and the social networks as soon as possible. And you know what I say? You know what? I'd love to answer that question, but I really don't like typing and texting. Can you hop on a call with me? Like, do you have time this afternoon? Or I'll say, do you have time like tomorrow? Or I also have some availability on Friday, and I give them 2 options. 2 options, Kat, okay? That is part of the work of being an entrepreneur and moving the conversation forward. Okay, and we're going to talk about being an entrepreneur in a moment versus an employee, okay? Because I don't want y'all to have a job.
Yeah.
I want you to be, you know, sovereign in terms of, you know, time freedom, location freedom, and all the good things that come along with having residual income network marketing business.
I'm good at being on the phone. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but I can get them on the phone. What I want is to get them on the phone with my upline. Because I feel like when I'm on the phone with them is when I'm over speaking them, and you know, like my yellow is so big, and a lot of the people actually that I'm going for are red, super red, because I need that in my life. Like I want to just go smell the flowers and oh, look at that, and you know, yeah. So I can talk to them on the phone. I'm all about that. But I'm saying too much and not getting them on the phone with, you know, like I want to transfer, I want to get from the phone to my upline or to somebody to a connect call. That's where I'm spending way too much time, me, and not enough time out.
So that's the courtship process, and it is a courtship. Prospecting with Purium is a courtship. But the ultimate, you know, goal, if they're leaning in, we want to get them to what the recommendation is and get them to iShop Purium and hold their hand as they order. I hold the hands of my customers all the time, because here's what happens. The conversation with that I had prior can expand when we're actually at iShop. And sometimes they'll contract, sometimes they'll want less than what I recommended, and that's fine. I'm like, that's cool. You know, maybe next month, and I talk with them about smart order. Maybe next month you'd like to put this in your smart order. Or maybe you'd like to ensure that you order this within the 30-day period of time so that you get that 25% off in an ongoing way, right? We always want to highlight smart order. But holding their hand while they're ordering, crucial. That's crucial. We're not doing anyone any favors by postponing when they get this nutrition into their bodies. Okay, Kat?
Yeah, thank you. I'm listening big to that, because I've had someone that wants Biomedic, and I've been talking to her for over a month, and she's got vaccine injured kids. So I'm feeling like not good right now, because she could have been having Biomedic for her whole family for 3 weeks already.
Oh, honey, get them on a call with Willow immediately, you know, or bring them to me. I'm offering that to the field right now. Connect calls for, you know, especially with Biomedic and the autistic children, because we know that Biomedic helps autistic children. This was my hope when it first launched. I was like, oh, this is huge. This is huge because I know the gut-brain connection, right? So I'm excited for you, Kat. It's time to rock and roll, girl. It's time to like narrow the courtship to a much narrower period of time. I'd say a week to 2 weeks max, then you want to get them to a connect call. Max. Okay?
The beautiful thing is, just to bring it back for full circle, this same beautiful woman, I won an Epigenius Kids on our great Million Mom Movement contest one time. And so that has received, I've received that, and I'm going to mail her that and this.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
that's how it's going. Because, you know, she's lost everything by treating her vaccine injured kids. And yeah, it's a whole big story. And if we can help this woman, I mean, it's all of my hundreds of talks are worth it.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Kat. Well, more power to you, sister. I'm with you all the way. Okay? All right, cool. Let's, is there anyone else before we move on? Because I know that this is a really big piece around sharing versus selling and feeling comfortable about that. And I'd really just like to unpack that a little bit more. If anyone else would take one more comment or question.
Could I go? Can I ask a quick?
Yes. Hi, Angelo.
Hi, I'm Angelo. So I get a lot of notifications that say like an email that says somebody used your gift card and they didn't complete the order. And I don't know who this person is. I've never seen them or heard of them before a lot of times. What's your approach with that situation when that happens to you? You get their email and you have their phone number, but it's like, I don't know them.
I would call them immediately. Call them. Hi, my name's Angelo. I just noticed you were on my Purium website, and I'd love to talk with you if you need any support around, because it's, here's what it means to be a distributor. It means being in communication with potential customers, and it means following up. Like I had someone use my code today, Angelo. It's great you asked that question. And I'm like, Wendy, and I don't remember her last name, but I was like, where did she come from? I actually emailed her immediately because she purchased the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. I was like, hi, Wendy, thank you so much for your business. How did you get my code? And she told me who, and it was my girlfriend. And I was like, wow, thank you so much. I'd love to talk with you more to help you suss out like what is the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, how I can support you with it. And she's like, she wrote me back immediately. She's like, yeah, I hope I ordered the right thing. And I'm like, well, ordinarily I'd love to talk with you before you purchase, but I'm happy to talk with you after. When are you free? Okay, expect that person is going to want to talk with you, you guys, whether they are a prospect or a customer. They do want to hear from you, especially if they've gotten your code from someone else that is not a distributor. Okay. So having that interface, call or email, either one is good. The same thing if anyone ever returns products, get them on a call immediately. Hey, I noticed you just returned products. What happened? What's going on? Right? That is what makes the difference between a transactional relationship of just buying products at a, online where there's no distributor involved, and what we do. We are here to help people make sure that they're buying the right thing for their body and their health, and to ensure that they have all, know about the online support. We have a lot of online support, right? And so just being that interface. So it's not a transactional experience, it's a relational experience, right? Touchy-feely, connected. You're in a community of transformation. You're not alone. You're not alone, okay? Really important. This is the beauty of the network marketing model. We're weaving a gorgeous fabric together of community, okay? All right, thank you for that question. I hope that helped you, Angelo. All right, entrepreneurial and success mindset. Okay, versus, let's say, being an employee, right? So I was an employee for many years for various different corporations until I stepped out as a spiritual counselor, and then I never looked back. Bye-bye corporations, bye-bye corporate world, bye-bye being an employee. I'm an entrepreneur. So, putting your stake in the ground as an entrepreneur is pretty scary initially. And the more we claim it, the more we, realize that the buck stops here, right here with me. the more we can truly create that economic empowerment, because it's really not about anyone else. It's not about your upline. It's not about Dave and Amy. It's about you. And you know, someone who embodies that so beautiful is my sister Jody. I'm looking at her right now, who she's been an orphan in Purium, and she's a freaking green diamond orphan. She's a green diamond, right? And she's owned her Purium business. She has a huge group on Facebook, and I'm in there too. And I just love watching you rock your leadership, Jody, in there, and just being the brilliant leader that you are, and really helping your team, right? So we are, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So we're raising leaders, everyone. If you are working Purium as a business, you are raising leaders, which means, dun, 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 you are raising yourself as a leader. Really, really important. So if you haven't really explored what that means, I invite you to. I invite you to do some reading about leadership. Find some network marketing books. I actually do have some books that I'm going to share at the end that really helped me. So being an entrepreneur, you know, well, being a network marketing entrepreneur, like, there isn't anything like residual income. Okay. When I was coaching a year ago, I was coaching in the dollars for hours paradigm, right? So what does that mean? It means if I don't show up, I don't get paid, right? But now with residual income and a very large, almost blue diamond organization that I have, I am making money while I'm waking up in the morning here in the Pacific, in the Pacific Northwest. My team back east and in Oklahoma and various other parts of the United States is making me a little bit, right? We have a little bit from many. That's the beauty of the model. So you're the boss. You are the boss. So we've got to own that. If you're a woman or a mom, you're the boss babe, right? Boss babe, boss mama, mama boss. And if you're the dad, then you're the papa boss. You know, you're at home working your business, and I have several in my organization. They're stay-at-home dads looking after their kids, working Purium. So the buck literally stops with you, right? You're it. So rock on. I think it's really important, as you are really embracing being an entrepreneur, that you create business hours. This was life-changing for me before I ever joined Purium. I used to give sessions for my coaching all hours of the day and night and weekend. I had no boundaries, no business boundaries. This is crucial, particularly if you are in a relationship. It's kind for yourself to create those boundaries. You know, at this time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm doing my 90-minute time blocking to prospect Purium. Okay, leading with the Million Mom Movement or whatever you're choosing to do. Hey, sweetheart. I don't have one of those right now, but if you'd have one, hey, sweetheart, I'm working Purium Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 90 minutes between this and this. Please, I can't be disturbed. I need you to honor these boundaries. I need you to honor, or we could even have those conversations with our kids, right? If they're of the age to be able to have those conversations. And if it's your partner and you have small children, hey, I need to go out for an hour and a half. You know, hopefully everything will be open soon and we can like go out to cafes and really have that time to work our businesses. That's what I want for all of you, to have that dedicated time to just focus and prospect. Okay. Oh, so this is really important. So you're going to hear it said that we have, what we have here is your Purium Business is personal development with a compensation plan. So it's really important that you be also allotting time for your personal development work. So what does that mean? It means reading your self-help books, you know, taking time to meditate, taking time to do any affirmative work, you know, affirmations, or, you know, stuff that really creates buoyancy, creates an ebullience within you around you doing your life. Okay. So maybe it's yoga, self-care, I would also call it too, you know, taking time for self-care. But in regards to your Purium business, you could also be taking time to read some of the books that I'm going to share with you in a moment. And anything else you want to read about that is supporting you becoming all that you're here to be, right? So there's two ways to work your Purium business, all right? You can share your gift card code and get a nice stream of income with your customer base, okay? And you can do well. You can make, you know, anywhere between $500, $1,000, maybe more if you're really like going nuts out there, and there are many that are hitting the multiple thousand K clubs. That's fine, all very fine and well. That's not how I'm choosing to do my business, mainly because I believe so wholeheartedly in creating economic empowerment and business coaching and helping moms to really feel prosperous and understand what it means to like be successful and experience it. I lead with the business all the time, almost exclusively. And oftentimes I'll lead with the business, and then, you know, my friends or colleagues will say, no, I'm not interested, Stephanie. And then I'm like, that's fine. Are you interested in becoming a customer? Can I share more information with you about that? And they'll oftentimes just be open, and then I default to customer. So that's how I work my business. And we need to be having a lot of brand partners in order to have the structure needed to rank up. Okay, and I'm not going to go into the structure right now for the ranks. You can go into your Purium app and find that in the compensation plan. So the two ways to work the business are share your code, create a decent stream of income, you know, $500 to $1,000, share with brand partners that are more connected with you, more connected than you, more networked than you, more successful than you, and more entrepreneurial than you, to build underneath you, and you're gonna make a lot more money in the long term. This is long term, this is not get rich quick. This is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Okay, so if they just wanna be a customer, we take them to iShop Purium. And I love PuriumPermalinks.com. If you don't know about that, I wanna share that with you. If someone could type it in the chat box for me, PuriumPermalinks.com. Love it, brand new favorite tool that we have. If you're having a connect call, or even if it's not a connect call, if it's just you and the prospect, and you're making your recommendations, while you're making your recommendations, you can be in Purium Permalinks and be, you know, tagging all the things. You put in your code, you send that link to them, and presto, they click on it and they're in iShop Purium, and there's everything that you mentioned, and they know exactly what to order, and they can tune into their budget, they can remove stuff from the cart, they can add stuff, they can still continue to shop, and then bam, you make 20% off of that, okay? So we want you to have a nice stream of income. I'm actually working to create more customer income than brand partner income right now. That's how I'm balancing out my business right now. The majority of my income right now really comes from all my brand partners. So you want both. You want both. And then brand partners, if they're interested in becoming a brand partner, and we've got the Purium stimulus package right now, it has never been easier to become a brand partner. Holy smokes. We want people to be leaning in though. We don't just want anyone to becoming a brand partner. I'd much rather you have that 20% than 5% if they're not going to share. Brand partners, we only get 5%, 4 levels down, okay? So we want that 20% customer income if they're not interested in brand partnership. But if they are, and they're excited, and they want that, you know, those fast start bonuses, and they want to work with you, and rah, rah, sis, boom, bah, it's all systems go, we want them on our team, okay? We need them. This company needs more brand partners right now. If we're going to be a household name like Coca-Cola globally, the United States, Canada, the EU, everywhere where we share right now is fertile ground. We are growing. enormously right now. And I want to encourage you all to get to your friends and your community before somebody else does. Okay, leading with the Million Mom Movement. So what do moms love doing? Moms love connecting with other moms. Moms love sharing about things that we love. Moms also love sharing about things that we don't love. We like to make recommendations. We like to help. We like to see our children and our families thriving in all the ways, not just nutritionally, but the kitchen is like the heart of the home, right? And so it's easy for us to connect around food. And when we are prospecting with the Million Mom Movement in mind, it's as simple as just asking a question. Were you aware of glyphosate on our food? Do you know about that? I ask that all the time of everybody because I'm like, more people need to know about what's going on with glyphosate on our food. And yes, there are other pesticides that are being used, but I think the most is glyphosate. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I'm pretty sure it is. So we want to alert people, sound the alarm, get outraged. It was Amy that used that term with me the other day, a couple months back. We want to be outraged about what's going on. It's unacceptable that our government is allowing poison to be sprayed on our food every single day in the billions. Billions of gallons of glyphosate is being used on our crops. And the drift is going into organic crops. And what that's doing is it's causing the certification, the purity of the organic certification has now been breached because the USDA has determined that there's safe glyphosate levels in organic certification. So for me, who's been a 30-year-long, organic freak, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So we just have to start engaging people with conversations, and that's an easy segue into, well, I've partnered with this company. I'm a brand partner with this company, and I'm a part of the Million Mom Movement, and we are dedicated towards eradicating glyphosate from the United States and Canada and the world. Would you like to be involved with that? Oh, you would? Great. Wow. Go to millionmommovement.info, take a look at their website, and then let's talk again and make an appointment to talk with them again. Use our website that we invested so much time, energy, and money into with your prospecting, millionmommovement.info, okay? If you have, I know I'm going really fast because we only have 9 minutes and I've got a lot more to share. If you have friends in your community that are struggling economically, invite them to apply for our scholarships. I am so proud of our scholarships, you guys. We give away $10,000 a month to 4 families every month. Purium is so generous. We are so generous. We give them $2,500 worth of superfoods, and we give them a launch pack. So we give them the fish and we teach them how to fish. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We do have criteria, and you can find out all the information at millionmommovement.info/scholarships. Okay. Leading with the Million Mom Movement is as simple as starting conversations about glyphosate, the problem, and the solution, right? That's what sales is all about, you guys. Presenting a problem, presenting a solution, okay? Not hard. Tell my story about Cheerios and Zephyr, my son Zephyr. Invite your friends to join the Million Mom Movement Fierce Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard. Get on the Purium texting if you're not. They send it out 10 minutes early. Thank you so much, Purium, for doing that, promoting it, so I don't have to be a crazy person going into all the groups, which I was doing initially. You could also offer to host an outdoor screening, right? For all social distancing, host an outdoor screening with your friends and family. Or you could do a Zoom screening if you wanted to of some of the more incisive, informative, inspiring and alarming documentaries that are out there, okay? Poisoning Paradise, which we all just watched a couple weeks ago, incredible documentary. Thank you, Keely Shea Brosnan, for making it. Game Changers, all about vegan bodybuilding. Fascinating, fascinating, okay? Secret Ingredients, that's Jeffrey Smith's film about Roundup and glyphosate. Oh my God, if you haven't watched that, watch it. Forks Over Knives, also really good, just to help people who are moving away. You know, we're not like banging people over the head saying, you gotta be vegan. That's not what we're doing at all. But certainly a vegan lifestyle is connected to greater health and wellness. There's just no question. You know, I'm mitigating cancer, you guys, right now. And the first thing they say to you when you have a cancer diagnosis, you know, no more dairy, no more dairy. So that's a wake-up call for us all. Why are anti-cancer experts saying no more dairy? There's a connection between cancer and dairy, so we all need to be cognizant of that, okay? So, you know, when things get back to normal, you could have a gathering, indoor, outdoor screening. You could host a Zoom gathering. You just share your screen and share the, you can create an event, create a Million Mom Movement meetup, all right? Million Mom Movement meetup. If you want me or any of the council to come and talk to your people, we will. We will come and talk to your people, okay? Yeah, so we always want to be offering people, you know, the opportunity, yes, to become customers and also to become brand partners. We always want to be having that conversation. You know, there's an opportunity, a business opportunity here. If you're interested in creating a second stream of income, we would love to welcome you, you know. Would you like more information? And then we have a beautiful business presentation in the Purium app that can give them more information about the business. They can go to iShare Purium, learn more about the business there. Our team also has a website that I love to share as well. So there's many different tools you can use to share about the business. Okay, powerful resources I want you all to know about. If you're brand new, you got to get into iLearn, okay? Particularly the Keeping Up with Purium module and the Getting Started module. I want you all in there. I want you to know it like the back of your hand, because as you duplicate your business, that you're going to be sharing in my onboarding trainings right now. I share Getting Started, the Fast Start bonuses, the action planning worksheet, and Keeping Up with Purium, where you can see the whole month of what's going on with Purium. Really important, okay? Have some fun in iLearn. We also have a Million Mom Movement module. Get into it. There's videos in there. There's PDFs. Like, I upload videos to my stories on Instagram and Facebook. You can be doing that. Download onto your phone, upload to your stories. Text Purium to 55678 to get, if you're not getting all the texts about what's going on with corporate, when the corporate BizOp Zooms happen, Leslie Zan, etc. And then your Purium app. Get into your Purium app. Such a phenomenal resource, okay? All right, someone has a hand raised. I'd love to give you an opportunity to ask your question. Two participants have raised their hand. Who are those people? I can't see who they are. Just come off mute and go ahead and share your question.
Stephanie, it's Sabrina. When they text, do they have to do MMM to get on that texting service?
No, just Purium to text Purium to 55678.
Oh, the word Purium. Okay.
The word Purium. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. And then on the app, does anyone else know if theirs was working? Because mine was not working today.
Your app?
Yep. It would just sit there when I do the MMS or SMS. It would just sit there.
I don't know. I don't know. Just keep trying or call customer service if you have a problem with your app. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else has a question? I'd love to answer. Anyone else? No? Okay. I'm going to keep going here. Tricks of the trade. So what I do on my, so I do this for my team when I get new brand partners. I have a note in my phone, and I share, and it has all the important links. And I forward that to them, so it's handy in their phone. So it's just one of the things that I've been doing since I update it, I delete stuff, I add stuff. It can help. It's just a trick of the trade that I like to be able to do. Excuse me, to send to my team, my new team members. Okay, important tools and events. We've got Amy and Dave's prospecting Zooms. Excuse me, can't emphasize that enough in terms of, if you're new, just get in front of Dave and Amy as much as possible. They are interviewing all the people that are ranking up right now, and their stories are so inspiring. So all the diamonds and colored diamonds, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday at 3 p.m., Wednesday at 11 a.m., and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. Okay? And then every Tuesday is Leslie's Ann. And I don't know if you were there last night, but last night was amazing. All right. Important links. I shop Purium.com. I share Purium.com. PuriumCBD.com. PuriumPermalinks.com. bit.ly/ultimate life transformation. Brilliant, brilliant prospect.